It's Ultimate Combat Radio, brought to you by Aztec Highway on 1280 and 97.5 The Zone.
Welcome back to Ultimate Combat Radio. Mike Stidham here talking some MMA at the Draper Leatherheads. Leatherheads is a brand new sports bar here inside the VF Factory Outlet Mall at 12101 South State Street, right in the same building that the Ultimate Combat Training Center is housed. So oftentimes after class we come over and patronize this place, and the Leatherheads burger is delicious. We're going to be watching the UFC here tonight. They've got it going on for free. There's no cover. Come on down, get yourselves a Leatherhead burger, get yourselves something to drink, and enjoy the UFC fights with us here. Now, it wouldn't be the UFC fights without having a little time with Joe Martinez talking some UFC. And Joe, there's been a lot going on. We're wrapping up the year. It's a big year-end show. A lot of stories surrounding it. What's happening?
I mean, the biggest thing right now is the two big heavyweights going at it, man. These guys are massive.
I have to wonder why people, Brandon, think that Brock Lesnar has a chance in this fight. You know, what is driving that thought process in your mind?
I think he can get him on the ground, and I think he can be on top, and I think he can grind him out.
You think he's going to grind him out on the ground? So, okay, I don't agree. I just think Overeem he's overmatched.
It's about time we disagree on something.
You know
People
what I mean?
We've been on this whole thing was staged.
You know? I just agreed with you disagreeing with me. All right, big fight. So what's going on in the undercard? Who's bringing up the rear here?
Well, we got one of your favorite fighters, John Fitch, taking on Johnny Hendricks. I think it's a great matchup, two great wrestlers, and it's going to be fun to watch. And I know you love some John Fitch.
Well, you know, I am of the opinion that he is the best welterweight in the world right now, because GSP is out with an injury that I just don't think he's ever going to come back from. But my goodness, having Johnny Hendricks on our show, we've had him on twice. The guy is so cool.
He is cool.
He's so funny. He's so articulate. He's so on it. You can't root against him. So I'm rooting for Hendricks, but I think Fitch is going to win.
And I'm pretty sure anybody who's been on our show has won the next fight they fought. So
you know, there you go. There's another reason why we want to cheer for Hendricks. I'm cheering for him. I really am. But, gosh, he's got a tough battle.
Fitch is so tough, man. I remember seeing him at the weigh-ins for the Berkman fight, and I saw the two of them next to each other, and I was like, oh, we got this. And then he showed up the next day, 30 pounds heavier, and I was like.
And it wasn't a bad 30 pounds either. He looked good.
That guy is huge. Where's your opponent? And he's like, that's him. No way.
Oh, buddy.
With them being both such great wrestlers, I still think John Fitch is going to take him down, ground and pound like he always does, and probably get a decision, just like he always does.
Fitch is the best wrestler in the 170-pound weight
class,
in my opinion.
So, and then we got exciting fighters, Nate Diaz and Donald Cerrone, man. These guys are fiery. And at weigh-ins last night, they had to break them up, just like any other Diaz fight.
I can't stand those Diaz brothers. They're too much like me.
It's funny, but they've been going back and forth with each other. I guess they hate each other.
Well, they're creating the hate. And I got to tell you, I think Cerrone's starting to get how to promote himself a little bit, so you're going to remember him. I think there's a lot of that from Cerrone's end. I just think the Diaz brothers are jerks, and so that comes so naturally for them.
What instigated the shove and the knocking off of the hat? I mean, they were just standing there. Was that all just hype, or what's creating the bad blood?
I think Diaz went on some forum and said that it's the game, man. He's doing his job. He's not doing it out of bad blood. I think he's doing it just to hype it, like Mike said.
I will be honest, though. You see a guy standing there with one of them big, stupid cowboy hats on. You want to take it off their head.
But
I can't believe that's your take on this fight.
You know what I mean?
That's a bad thing to do.
As long as the hat's stupid.
It's a bad thing to do is take off a cowboy's hat, though, man.
I am very compulsive. I see that thing, and I've got to do everything to keep my hand down.
So, Diaz came in overweight by 1 pound, and just Cerrone was like, I don't care. I'm going to fight him anyways. But Diaz came in on weight. They're going to fight, and I think I got to go with Diaz on this fight. Donald Cerrone's tough. He's on a 4-fight win streak.
Cerrone's been on the show as well, so I'm going to pick him.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a little UCE radio karma going in his corner.
He does, man. He's a 4-fight win streak. I believe he's gotten 3 fight of the nights out of his last 4 fights, so it's going to be a good fight nonetheless.
And I take credit for 2 of those.
And then we'll go to the main fight, Lesnar versus Overeem. We all have mixed opinions on this.
There's no mixed opinion. I have the right opinion, and Brandon's just, making good radio here and disagreeing with me.
And I think Overeem gets a knockout too, and I don't know why Kiser always goes against me.
I posted my prediction before you.
Well, I know, but still. Okay. You're wrong. You also thought Lesnar was the best heavyweight in the world, and then I reminded you that Josh Barnett was alive.
I was properly corrected on that one, but I still think
Lesnar is the 6th or 7th best heavyweight in the world.
He's up there. He's a great athlete, but I think Overeem is by far a better striker. Definitely better striker than Cain Velasquez is, and Cain beat the crap out of.
If Brock Lesnar loses tonight, I'm blaming the diverticulitis. That's the only thing that could have.
He's already got his cop out. Then there you go.
Yep, I'm already prepared.
I would just really quickly like to invite people to come down and join us to watch this fight, because it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun in here. We're going to have little disagreements going, and that's what makes for good UFC watching.
And there are some huge Lesnar fans around here too. I know they get mad when you say he's going to get beat. So
yeah, but they're all the ones wearing the WWE shirts.
What did you say? Lesnar's not even gonna be able to say WWE.
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to spell WWE after Overeem's done with it.
So I think a knockout by Overeem in classic fashion in the first round. I'm calling it right now.
Okay.
So I wanted to bring up another topic with this. These guys went back and forth with their drug use, PED use. They made Overeem swear an oath that he's not using PEDs, and then he had to come do a preliminary drug screening. Why don't they just polygraph these guys? Or
why do you care?
Well, I mean, but it's a big deal to some people. And
why do you care? Yeah, that guy's going to beat that guy. I don't care what made him get here. You know what I mean? It's just, let's be honest. Watch the NFL game. If you're going to, 90% of those guys have used steroids, and if you're going to try to say otherwise, you're an idiot. And to say that Lesnar and Overeem got that big without using them, you're an idiot. And so, but who cares? You use better than I. You masked yours better. Who cares? He's going to beat him, and that's what's going to end up.
Yeah, and if you don't think that he's on steroids, he was a light heavyweight champion in Strikeforce.
Oh,
he put on 50 pounds.
I was just watching on the screen here at Leatherhead some of his old fights. The guy doesn't even look like the same guy.
And I got to say, man, when your wife catches you with another woman, deny. I'm just telling you. Deny steroid use and deny cheating on your woman. Deny.
Okay, on to another thing. Okay. We'll change the subject there. You saw this too, Mike. Golden Glory, which is the old management team.
Managers getting into the fray again.
Management team of Overeem are suing him. Filed the lawsuit yesterday, the day before one of the biggest fights of his career.
You know what I heard? That when they signed him, they said, we're looking out for the best interest of the fighter.
And they're suing him for...
okay. And he signed this cool contract that now he's getting his check pulled for.
They're holding his check. The UFC's holding, or Zuffa's holding his check until they get it figured out.
It's not Zuffa. I think it's the state commission. The Nevada State Athletic Commission's pulling it, saying they filed a writ of attachment, so they've got a claim for it. It's not necessarily are they going to get it, but they're maybe it's going to have to be held in escrow until this is figured out or something.
But they're saying for 30% of his past winnings or something like that, or some of a $200,000 payday.
Young fighters out there, go out and get yourselves a manager. This could happen to you too. Anyway,
word of advice from Mike Stidham.
Yes. If it rhymes with real wrist, sign it.
What's that? Oh.
1 minute. 1 minute. All right. Well, that's it, man. We're going to cut you off, Joe.
I was done anyways.
Do you have anything else? Anything cool?
Just another management topic that I don't know if we want to get into again.
Well, let me ask you this. What was your biggest story of the year?
The ending of the UCE because of the PSUAC.
Oh, my gosh. I got to tell you, this was a show that went for a decade, weekly, unprecedented. Nowhere else in the world has it ever happened. And Bill Colbert came along, and we caught him stealing from me about a little over a year ago. And as a result, he decided, to kind of run us out of business. And so I have to agree with you, Joe, that a show that produced the likes of Josh Berkman, DeMarcus Johnson, some of the biggest names that ever come out of Utah, came through this show. And unfortunately, the show's not around. That is my personal beef with Utah MMA, and I think it really stinks. But we're still around. We still got more Ultimate Combat Radio. We're doing this thing. We're doing it every week. We'll be doing it again next week. You want to tune in? We'll see you next week on Ultimate Combat Radio.